Oh, mate, floaties and beloved members, how you going? Thank you so much for supporting me, mate. We are looking at a 1982 Cadillac Seville, not DeVille, a Seville. But this is like a proper luxury American Lambo, and probably like the last of the great luxury Lamboats of America. So I don't know, they kind of just went away. Now it's SUVs, right? But the big, giant luxury sedan. Because, yeah, there was a point in time where America really did truly make the best cars in the world. So let's see how this thing was brand new in 1982.
What else do Seville own?
Oh, dear, hang on. Oh, no, wait. There we go.
Is made possible by TireRack.com and RockAuto.com.
That's right, you polished my Cadillac. Oh, yeah.
You know, there's an old saying that the rich get richer and the rest of us just sort of make do.
Yep, cool. It's nice that things have never changed and that things just keep getting worse. But, yeah, very mad. I never talk politics, but I'm furious. Anyway.
And you might say that's the story of the smallest but most opulent division of General Motors, Cadillac. While every other division and almost every other car maker are swamped with unsold models, Cadillac is managing a near recession-proof performance. And they're still selling a lot of this one.
Isn't that crazy? Like during recessions, the rich just find a way to keep getting richer. So what happens when you control everything, you pass the price on to everybody else who had nothing to do with it.
The Cadillac Seville. At 3,640 pounds, it's hardly an economy car. Though, like all those ubiquitous little subcompacts, it does have front-wheel drive.
So I just can't stand giant front-wheel drive things. I really can't. 'Cause it's just so much weight up the front. If it's front-wheel drive, then the gearbox is up here as well. And with the steering, then you got drive shafts that need to pivot and turn with the wheels. They go clackety-clackety-clack after a while. Ugh. And then they just plow and understeer. Yeah, look, as an Aussie, like, the Americans chime in and say, yeah, but in snowy areas, that's really good having front-wheel drive. Well, I'd never seen snow. We don't have that problem. So us Aussies just don't like front-wheel drive Lambos. It's why the Magna never won out.
And what else do Seville owners get these days? Well, let's find out.
As a Beverly Hills car dealer told me recently, when times are bad, the rich like to go out and buy expensive cars to bolster their spirits.
Yeah, because they're dicks. when times are rough, let's just be opulent.
The Cadillac Seville is bolstering quite a few spirits these days, with a base price of $23,400, though a typical model like our test car arrives at over $27,000. It certainly isn't for the weakest of bank accounts.
This is a proper Cadillac. This is like a really, really proper one. I don't know. They haven't looked like this in a long time. Escalade, I guess?
Most Seville buyers pay cash anyway. We thought we'd concentrate on seeing what they get for their greenbacks. The first thing is unique styling. Cadillac has brought back the bustle trunk.
The bustle?
Seems a bit out of place with the long hood and upright passenger compartment, but it is different.
Is that what it's called, the bustle, where they just make it just a big badonk back? I mean, I know it's just for style, because that's the whole point of all these things, but I guess you can't fit a lot of crap into the bustle bum.
There's a practical reason for that bustle, though. This Seville is much smaller than former Cadillacs, so the extra hump is needed to carry luxury car luggage.
Like what? Luxury, like, they don't bring anything. They go to their other house full of crap. It's why they have Porsches and two-wheel drive, like, two-seater sports cars. They're just driving from furnished house to furnished house.
So you won't have to exert yourself too much before the first tee. A motorized trunk latch.
Oh, and you needed the bustle bump for those golf bags.
Moves the need to bang the lid down. A gimmick even the Japanese haven't come up with. Inside, you'll find only the best.
That's a captain's chair, and there's our captain with the poop deck right here. Man, back when, like, dashboards were just slabs, like, just big slabs. It was a dashboard. It was a board. Yeah, I'm not. These are romantic of these old slab-sided days, but yeah, I kind of prefer modern dashes to these ones. Not the ones where there's no buttons, though.
Interior luxury appointments and options.
Yeah.
Naturally, the seats are leather and offer full power adjustments.
Yeah, early digital. A lot of people just hated these because look how small they are. Like, you got to try and read these little like microwave clock displays. Personally, they're amazing. I think they're the best. But a lot of people really just wanted to go back to the needles. And also the refresh rate on these was really slow.
Dash is full of the latest electronic gadgets and lots of pseudo-wood trim.
Pseudo-wood.
In the center is a small trip computer.
A trip computer. How much fuel am I using, computer? A lot. And then the rich person back goes, what is a lot? And then they go to their third resort.
Gives instantaneous fuel economy readings, telling you how much fuel has already been used.
So much.
Just below is the automatic climate control.
That is guaranteed to work like us. Guaranteed to not be any good. I'm just calling it. Because I don't know, I still to this day prefer just manual aircon controls. Every time these like automatic climate ones, they always just bounce off of too hot, too cold. No, it's because I'm picky, but no.
Complete with outside temperature readings.
Too hot!
This model also contains readouts for an onboard diagnosis of engine malfunction.
It's too cold!
As if that weren't enough, the latest in electronic dashboards includes not only speed, but gallons remaining in your tank.
What? In actual gallons? Wow, that is the most inaccurate the most inaccurate fuel gauge you can have. How much fuel do I have left? 1 gallon. Well, I guess in a car this big, it might as well just be 1 mile. So that's how many miles you got left.
And how far you can drive before calling for a taxi.
Excuse me.
And heaven forbid, if an owner had to actually raise the Seville's hood, they'd find a very neat,
Don't polish that. It's just going to get oily again. It's a GM thing. It's just going to be piss and oil. Don't do that.
thought-out engine compartment. Cadillac's new 4.1-liter electronic fuel-injected aluminum-blocked V8 is the most advanced power plant in any American production car.
That's pretty small for an American V8. 4.1 liters and an alloy block. You folks have to tell me, was it an unreliable dog nightmare? Did they not get the alloy block right when they did it? Like, please tell me. Yeah, like 4.1 liter V8. That's very sophisticated for 1982.
That V8 is connected to a super smooth 4-speed overdrive transaxle that gives the Seville some quite good fuel economy ratings.
Rubbish.
Not that it matters to most owners.
Yes.
The EPA says city driving will produce 17, but that overdrive can push highway mileage to 27.
Remember, that's 27 like gallons per whatever of leaded fuel. Belching lead into the air.
In actual practice, Motor Week measured a combined figure of 21. If you want to pay some lip service to economy, a V8 diesel is also available.
A V8 diesel one? Gosh, they must be rare as all get out. Because surely no one opted for the diesel one unless it was like a shuttle car in an airport.
Through our normal, no favorites played here low-speed slalom course, the Seville rolled through slightly above the 35 entry speed.
It's a yacht.
Springs were soft, meaning a good deal of body roll. But traditional front-end plowing, so familiar with past luxury cars, was absent. The power, ball-type steering is fast, but with little road feel.
Little road feel, good. Look at that lean there. That's what you want. That's how you don't feel the ruts and bumps of disgusting modern roads, where they're too important. We can't close them for a weekend to do proper any construction. Whoa, excuse me, shut them down for months. You need a gushy sedan thing like this. Road pillows.
Through the 55-mile-per-hour emergency lane-changing maneuver, the sheer bulk of the car was quite evident. When correcting course, the back end wanted to swing wide, but was easily controlled. The turning circle, as you might expect, was in the luxury range too. 40 feet, curb to curb.
Yeah, that's front-wheel drive. Look at the crappy, it could barely turn its front wheels in. Front-wheel drive does that because you got to have a stupid knuckle of a drive shaft thing dingle-dangling off the end of it as well. So, boo. Front-wheel drive boats.
Passing acceleration, 40 to 55 miles per hour, was next on the agenda. A slow 7.1 seconds resulted.
I don't care.
When dropping into passing gear, transmission lag took much longer than it should. And if you've got to dash to Tiffany's, you better allow the Seville's 135 horsepower a lot of space to gather speed.
So little.
Over our 500-foot course, a slow time of 10.6 seconds and a just fair...
No! 10.6 seconds and it didn't even hit 60 mile an hour. What? What a piece of... From a V8! What a pile of garbage!
Speed of 52 miles per hour was all that could be managed.
What a dog!
But there were a few complaints about the four-wheel disc brakes.
Complaints? We haven't even hit 60 mile an hour yet. We don't know what it did. They better tell us. Because, yeah, but over 10 seconds to not even hit it.
From 30 miles per hour, stops were achieved in a short 33 feet, with lots of squeal from the Royal Seal puncture-proof tires. From 55 miles per hour, a similar treatment. Loud stops of 130 feet, again short. No fade was apparent, and in general the brakes felt most secure.
Yeah.
Some wheel lock was noticed, though it was a random occurrence. First the left front, then the right rear, never the same place twice.
Great. You don't know which way it's going to skid stop.
This was a bit curious, but not really a problem. One negative point had to do with fit and finish.
Take that, Tesla. GM had you beat decades ago. Like, yeah, here's a luxury car that's just nailed together. Yeah, that is annoying. Look at that trim, man. Doesn't even line up.
For such a pricey car, you don't expect to find large gaps around the doors.
Yeah.
And the metallic paint on the hood seemed to have uneven concentrations of metal flake, resulting in blotches here and there.
Oh, GM.
Two positive notes. Highway ride was smooth and well controlled without being bouncy.
It bloody better be the cost of this big lump of thing during recession.
And although we have tested some quiet cars, few if any can compare with the Seville. At a constant 55, the tomb-like interior registered only 64 decibels.
Yeah.
Even a whisper was clearly audible. The Cadillac Seville represents
Does
the
look
traditional top-notch in luxury for the American car buyer. The car is super luxurious, and in that vein, not the kind of car we'd be likely to buy. But if you've made it, or want everybody else to think you have, then go ahead.
It's funny because, like, a lot of wealthy people don't want to be seen as crazy wealthy. Like, all the giant billionaires who are eating us all alive, you won't see them in public. I mean, because they don't go in public. But if they did, they'd just be driving a normal thing, like...
Plunk that bag of money down for a Cadillac Seville.
Nah. It's the front-wheel drive, man. And then you can't beat on it afterwards. It means it just does this road pillow job, and there's no silly... front-wheel drive just stinks. Sorry, I don't like it. Sorry that I don't like torque steer and all the weight being plowed into the front, ruining the handling. We're going over speed bumps in cars like this. As over the first hump, it's like, ugh. Like, no. No! No! I said no! Damn it, no!